29th of December, Rabbi Moore, Parsha Shavua Vaera.
And Luz. Okay.
You hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. What's it really up to? You're up to Pasuk Tes. Yeah. I think it was your turn, Mayor.
Okay, let's see. This is Vaera. Okay, very good. It says, Vaydaber Moshe, Cain el b'nei Yisrael, v'lo shamu el Moshe, mikotzer ruach, umei avodah kasha. Okay.
Right.
So Moshe said, or spoke, I should say, Vaydaber spoke.
Yeah.
To B'nai Yisrael.
Cain. So Vaydaber Moshe Cain el b'nei Yisrael.
Okay.
Moshe spoke thus.
Oh, thus.
To the B'nai Yisrael. Means whatever Hashem had told him to say over, that's what he said over. However, v'lo shamu el Moshe.
Okay. Well, they didn't listen to Moshe.
Yeah, so that's, you could translate correctly. Didn't listen, meaning they may have heard what he said, but they didn't accept his words.
Uh-huh.
It's more than just not listen. They didn't accept his words. Those Shamuel Moshe didn't accept the words of Moshe. Mikoitzer ruach, out of literally
like,
shortness of breath.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Okay.
And
the hard work.
And out of hard labor. I saw a beautiful pshat from Rabbi Yaakov Kamenetsky. He said that prior to Moshe Rabbeinu going to Paro and asking for the Jewish people to leave, or at least to take a vacation, 3-day vacation to go and serve Hashem, prior to that, there were two major differences. One is that, as we see the earlier psukim, in the previous psukim in the Parsha Shmois, that Paro would provide for them teven. He would provide for them the raw materials, just they had to make the bricks. But he would provide, till then Paro provided the raw materials. And in addition, he says from the Medrash, the Jewish people had the day off. The day of Shabbos was their day off.
Really?
But now, Moshe Rabbeinu came, they had no longer that day off. It was a 7-day week. Paro introduced a 7-day week. Okay, means so therefore that's the two things over here. Mekoitzer ruach, meaning they had no respite whatsoever. They just kept on. The Jews had to work and work and work without any respite. That's Mekoitzer ruach. And Avodah Kasha was the fact that now their work was all that much harder. Those were the two things mentioned over here. Okay.
So does that mean he also, if the Jews had to work, wouldn't that mean some of the Egyptians would also, the taskmasters, have to work 7 days too?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
They made them in shifts.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good. So let's see Rashi. Okay, so it says, V'lo shamu el Moshe. They didn't listen to Moshe. Lo kiblu tanchumin. Nechama is compassion. They didn't
Comfort, console.
Oh, they didn't accept comfort. Okay.
Right. Consolence.
Comfort. Okay. Let's see. Mikotza ruach, because shortness of breath. Kol mi shehu meitzei rucho unishimato kitzara ve'eno yachol laharich b'nishimato. Okay. So let's see. Call all who Meitzar is stress, isn't it? Distress?
Yeah. Any person who is meitzar, who is distressed.
Distressed out. Okay.
Unishimasoi ktsara.
And he's short of breath.
Right, becomes short of breath. Ve'eno yochol laharich b'nishimasa. He can't breathe in a relaxed and a slow breath. Short, deep breath, a long, deep breath. Person who's anxious, suffering from anxiety, he can't do that.
That is very interesting.
Yes. So that's actually, I translated Kaitza Ruach as anguish. Okay.
Okay. Okay, that could be. That could actually be.
Right. And the hard labor, right?
Okay.
Now, that's so. Rashi now at this point, Rashi now is going to say, going to give a whole second explanation of it. This is actually quite a difficult and involved Rashi coming up now. Yeah.
So, okay, so he
Okay,
says.
so Rashi basically, I just want as a preamble to this second explanation of Rashi. Rashi says basically his first explanation, and Rashi emphasizes this a number of times. Ani Hashem, when it says, what's it called? Ani Hashem. The idea of the term, Kosh Baruch saying Ani Hashem, Hashem is emphasizing that he's faithful, he's the faithful one to fulfill his promises. And since Hashem said to Moshe, Hashem said to him, you know, I have made a promise and a covenant with the forefathers that their descendants, I'm going to take care of their descendants, going to take them out of Mitzrayim and bring them to the promised land, to Eretz Yisrael. I am going to fulfill it. Even though it didn't actually manifest this attribute of mine to fulfill my promises, but this is now has come the time that I'm actually going to fulfill my promises. And you should not be deterred by the fact that you went to Paro and Paro seemingly is making things worse for Jewish people, because this is all the process of the redemption of the Jewish people.
Wow.
Okay, that's basically what Rashi's first explanation was. Okay, now.
So Karovlin Yan Zeh Shemati. So I heard something close to this matter.
Right.
Okay. B'parashazo.
In this
section, okay.
I have this way of explaining it.
Oh, may Rabbi
Baruch.
Rabbi Eliezer. That's Baruch.
Son of Rabbi Eliezer.
Son of Eliezer. Okay. Bevili Raya Mim Kara Zeh. Okay, so he brought to me a raya, substantiation, I guess.
A proof.
A proof, okay, from this Parsha. Okay. V'pa'am hazot odiem et yadi ve'et gevurati v'yadu ki shemi Hashem. Okay, so let's see. V'pa'am hazot, at this time, ODM, I will let you know.
I will let them, ODM, I will let them.
Oh, them know. Okay.
Yodi, my power, Veskvurosi, and my might.
Oh,
Yodu, and they will know Kishmi Hashem, that my name is Hashem.
Hashem.
So that's the thing. I'm not sure exactly what the context there is. A pasuk in Yirmiyah, okay, but a whole part of what we see from here was Akash Baruch was telling Yirmiyah that this time I will make known my power and my might, and they will realize that my name is Hashem. So what's he saying? That specifically by Akash Baruch Hu showing his might and his power, he thereby makes known Kishmi Hashem, that my name is Hashem, meaning I promised to do this, and I'm going ahead and doing it. So therefore they will realize my name is Hashem, that I'm faithful to carry out my promises.
And he's referring to the Jewish people now.
I'm not sure exactly what the context, because it's not in the context of Yetzias Mitzrayim.
Oh, right.
But at Kol Panim, you see that he says, I will make known, the Yodu, they will know Kishmi Hashem, my name is Hashem. Why? Because when HaKadosh Baruch Hu fulfills his promises, then that is Hashem's name, the name of Hashem, the four-letter name of Hashem is manifested thereby.
Okay, because didn't we see something like this referring to Pharaoh when Pharaoh sees my hand?
This is how Rashi explained the first psukim here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, going on. Limdanu Kisheh HaKadosh Baruch Hu Me'amein et Devarav. Okay, so this taught us.
From here we learn that when HaKadosh Baruch Hu Ma'amen es Devar means makes good his word.
His words. Okay, Afilu Lefur Anut. Oh, even if it's punishment?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Modi'im Shemo Hashem. Oh, he makes known that his name is Hashem. Okay. V'chol shekain ha'amana l'tova. And v'chol shekain, even more so. Okay. He's Hamina.
Amana, when HaKadosh Baruch Hu makes good, fulfills his promises for the good.
Okay, promises for the good. Okay, now Rabotenu, or rabbis say, the Rashuhu le'inyan shel mala. So let's see. Yershu, he interpreted a matter from above, I guess.
No, 1 second. No, let me explain. Our rabbis expounded these psukim in connection le'inyan shel mala, in connection with the subject matter of above.
Of above. Okay. She'amar Moshe lama hareota.
Right. Moshe said when he came back to HaKadosh Baruch Hu after initially going to Paro, Moshe Rabbeinu said to Hashem, Lama hareosa, why have you made things worse for the Jewish people?
So Amar Lo HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So Hashem said back to him, Haval al the avdin v'la mishtachin. So Haval, it's a shame, I guess.
When you say in Ivrit, Chaval, pity.
Oh, pity.
Whoa.
Okay.
Woe the pity of those who are al de'avdin, those who have been lost, v'lo mishtachin, and cannot be found. Meaning, HaKadosh Baruch Hu was bemoaning the fact that Moshe Rabbeinu is not on the level of the forefathers.
Oh, okay. I thought it might have been the 80% that didn't come out of
No. It's referring to, that's what Rashi carries on.
Okay. Oh, Amito Mitat Havot. Oh,
I want to
okay.
grieve about the death of the forefathers.
Forefathers. Harbe Pa'amim Nigleti Alehem Bekel Shetkai. Okay, so many times I revealed
Right.
to them as
El Shakai,
Shakai.
right, as the all-sufficing God.
Mhm.
Meaning, I told them that I can provide everything. I'm all-sufficing. But
Oh.
and they didn't say to me, Ma Shemecha, what's your name? Meaning, indicating what is your essence.
Wow.
They didn't require such information to know what is the HaKadosh Baruch Hu's essence. Right? But you said,
Ma Shemo, Ma Omar.
you asked me, Ma Shemoy, what is his name? Moi Ma Aleim, what do I tell them? Means you want to know, you felt required to know what is my essence, what is my name. Kosh Baruch say, what is my name, what is my essence? Something which the forefathers did not require. Okay, it's interesting, there's a bit of a kash over here because Moshe Rabbeinu is not saying for himself, but he says, listen, I have to convince all the Jewish people that you are Hashem and you are going to take them out. So they're going to ask me.
Right.
Okay, now let me see if I have an answer to that question.
So he wanted to make sure that his answer would be convincing, I guess, to the people.
Okay, doesn't know. I don't have a note on here. I don't have any note on here. Okay. Okay. Then carry on.
So, but at this point, Moshe did know the name of Hashem, right?
No, because Kosh Baruch Hu answered him then.
Oh, okay.
I had already told him.
Right. Okay, so let's go on. It says, Vigam Hakimoti Vigomer. And I also established, it looks like. Okay.
Gam Hakimosi, Uchshebikesh Avram, Likbar Esara. Okay, what does it mean? What's the continuation? I also set up a covenant with them. Yeah, I set up a covenant with them.
Okay.
To give them the land of Canaan. And yet, now that's how you have to add over here. And yet, Uchshebikesh Avram Likbar Esara. That when Avram Avinu wanted to bury Sarah, he'd never found a grave till he actually had to pay a lot of money for it. So, in other words, what Pasuk is adding, according to this pshat, is he said, first step is that the forefathers, even though I made promises to them, they never questioned me that I was going to fulfill it.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't ask for me knowing what is the essence of my name. Okay, that's the first point. Now, in addition, that even though I promised them the land, nevertheless, they didn't question the fact when they needed a portion of land, they had to spend a lot of money to get it. And they could have turned to me and said, listen, Kosh Baruch, you promised us the land. Why do I have to go through this expensive process of buying a burial plot from Avram said, why did I have to go through this? Could have said, why do I have to go through this lengthy and expensive process of acquiring a piece of land as a burial plot? Kosh Baruch, you promised it to me, and we're going to get the land anyway. Yet Avram Avinu did not question Hashem on that. So let's see that in the words.
Okay. Hold it.
You have it on the next thing. The Gam Hakimoisi. You have a separate
Let's see
paragraph there.
No, it's all one big
Okay, so you
paragraph.
have to find the Gam Hakimoisi, and I don't have
Okay,
an art
so-
scroll here to be able to tell you exactly which line it is. Okay. You have it.
I'm looking because it goes into V'chein Yitzchak. Continue.
Yeah, okay, so line before that. About a line.
Oh, hold it.
You have it, so
Oh, the Gam
yeah.
Hakim. Oh, the Gomer. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay. Kashebi Avraham likbor Sarah lo matzah kever ad shekana bidamim rubim. Okay, so when Avraham went to bury or search for, I guess, to bury Sarah, he couldn't find a kever, a grave, until he bought bidamim rubim with much money, I guess.
right. And yet he didn't question. He had Avram Avinu didn't question me. And there was no didn't lose faith in me, but even though he had to go to great extents to be able to acquire a grave.
But
But
also, could that have been to how can I say this? To assure that others living in Canaan would not take the property, since they saw he had a kinyan for the property, for the land. Because the other
element, you are correct.
the
Because it's
other-
interesting. The three holiest places, so in Eretz Yisrael, were all acquired by a legal transaction,
Mhm.
not by conquest.
Uh-huh.
What are those? The Mokum HaMikdash, place where the Beis HaMikdash is,
Right, okay.
that was acquired by David HaMelech from Aravna HaYevusi. It belonged to the Jebusite, Aravna the Jebusite,
Mhm.
and David HaMelech acquired a legal acquisition for money. He made a legal acquisition of the site of the Beis HaMikdash.
Uh-huh.
Now also we find Avram Avinu made a legal acquisition of Ma'ora Samachpela.
Right.
And the third thing was Yaakov Avinu made a legal acquisition of the burial or the area next to Shechem, which eventually that's where Yosef HaTzadik was buried.
Oh.
And
okay.
Yaakov Avinu said explicitly, "Anochi nosati lecha Shechem achad al achecha." I have given you Shechem as a portion for you over and above what you are deserving as a portion in Eretz Yisrael.
Mhm.
So Yaakov Avinu especially gave this to Yosef, this area, which eventually that's the area where he was buried. So those
Okay.
three sections of land, the Mokum HaMikdash, Ma'ara Samachpela, and Keva Yosef HaTzadik in Shechem, all those three areas were acquired by legal acquisition, by transaction, and not by military conquest. Now, the interesting point is that all three today are not in Jewish hands.
Oh, right.
Well, Morris and Machpelah is somewhat, but even so, they're not, it's, I think, officially still under the hands of the Palestinians, even though the Jews have certain rights to, they give them certain rights to go and daven there, but the actual autonomy and the, how do you call it, the jurisdiction over the Morris and Machpelah is in the Palestinian hands.
The Palestinians.
And certainly, Keva Shechem, Keva Yosef in Shechem is in Palestinian hands. So that's the interesting quirk, shall we say, in the fact that even though we actually acquired it by legal acquisition, nevertheless, it's not yet, none of those three places are in Jewish hands today. Be'ez Hashem Meheira Yom Mashiach, and he will reinstate ownership and jurisdiction over those three places, and obviously over the whole of Eretz Yisrael, Be'ez Hashem. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So going on here, it says V'chein Yitzchak, and so with Yitzchak, are Ir Aru Alav Al HaBe'erot Asher Chafar. Okay, so Ir Aru, they awakened?
Means they raised objection.
Oh, raised objection. Oh, about Yitzchak, I guess.
Regarding the well, which he had dug. What was his name? Avimelech, the king of the Philistines, right? He claimed, he says, this the water's ours, it's in our land.
Oh.
Even though, Lamaiseh, Yitzchak was the one who discovered the water, and he dug the wells. Yitzchak hadn't come along, he wouldn't have found the water at all.
Right.
Nevertheless.
Okay.
Okay.
So that was Yitzchak. Then V'chein Yaakov, and with Yaakov, Vayiken et Helkat Hasadeh Lintot Ahalo. Okay, so with Yaakov, the Torah states, okay.
He acquired the portion of the field. Right. Merely to set up his tent, he had to acquire that plot of land.
Okay. Below here, Haru Achar Midotai.
Nevertheless, they didn't question my ways.
Oh, okay.
But neither Avram nor Yitzchak nor Yaakov questioned my ways. He said, listen, we've been promised the land. Why do we have to go to such lengths and expense to be able to use the land, which technically is coming to us by right? Okay?
Yep. Okay. In that question. Okay, Midotai. Okay. Aviata Amarta Lama Hareota.
You say, Moshe Rabbeinu, you're not on that level. You say Lama Hareosa. You say, rather than saying, keeping quiet and not questioning Hashem, you say, Hashem, you made things worse for the Jewish people. You come up with tinus.
Okay. The Ein HaMidrash Mityashev Achar HaMikra. So there's another midrash, I guess.
No, so yeah, this midrash, which we just quoted now, Ein HaMisyashiv Achar Mikra, means it doesn't fit in with the psukim, with the verses. Mipnei kama dvarim.
Oh, several reasons. Okay. Achat shelo ne'amar.
First thing, one question on it.
Okay, so the first thing it's question, Ushmi Hashem lo sha'aluli.
Right.
Okay, so they
No,
didn't
the
ask.
Pasuk doesn't say they didn't ask me what is my name. Just says my name I didn't make known to them.
Okay. The im tomar, and if you would say, lo hodiam shikach shemo. He did not announce to them that this is his name, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Hare techila kishen nigla Abraham ben habitarim. But he did, let's see, at the beginning, reveal himself to Abraham at the Bein Habitarim.
At the covenant between the pieces,
Okay.
but Nehemiah, it says there, Hashem did tell Avram what his name was.
Oh yeah, it says right here, Ani Hashem.
Ani Hashem asher tzicha miokastim. I am Hashem, he uses that name. Yud Kei Vav Kei, the tetragrammaton. Right? I took you out. I'm the one. I am Hashem. Asher tzicha miokastim. We took you out from all casting.
Okay. The od he'ach ha-smicha nimshechet dvarim shehu somech lekan.
How does the continuation, right? The following psukim afterwards, how do they follow on, right?
Mm-hmm.
With what he's the essence of what he's saying here. Well, first he's saying that I have what to grieve about the fact that you, Moshe Rabbeinu, are not on the same level of faith as the forefathers. So then, how does the composite continue? How does that follow on from that? V'gam ani shamati lochein emor libnei Yisrael. Okay.
Oh, okay. So that's.
Therefore, Rashi says, "Lokach ani yomer." Therefore, I say.
Okay. L'chach ani omer yityashev hamikra al pishuto. So this
Let
is
the pasuk be as a yityashev. It should. See, I translated it. We got it over here.
Comes from sitting.
No. Wrong one.
Yashev. I will sit on it, I guess.
No, yityashev means to be settled.
Oh, settled. Right.
I therefore say, let the verse be explained primarily according to its straightforward meaning.
Okay. And davar, davor al ofnav. Oh, you have afnu? Okay.
Davar al ofnov.
Okay.
Just 1 second. I just have to answer this phone call just very short.
Oh, okay.
Hello. Ken, הגעת? אוקיי, אני עוד 5 דקות אני יכול להגיע. בסדר, אני אסדר לך את זה. בסדר? אוקיי, ביי.
Okay.
כן. Goodbye. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So davor, every word?
Yeah, each word al ofnov in its proper place.
Oh, in its proper
each
place.
Word in its proper setting.
Okay.
That's what Rashi says. My explanation, which I made before, was the simple explanation, straightforward, meaning each word in its proper setting.
Mm-hmm. The hadrasha tidaresh.
And let the agadic meaning.
Okay.
Right?
Shenem mar.
The midrashic explanation.
Okay.
Right?
Shenem mar halocho.
My words, says Hashem, right? Says Hashem, my words are like fire. Uchapatish yefotzet sela. Like a hammer, yefotzet sela that, well, this is actually a big discussion what that means. But let's try to think, like a hammer, yefotzet sela that shatters a rock. Mischale lekama nitzotzos, divided by a number, was like as a result of the hammer smashing on the stone and shattering it, it shatters into many pieces.
Wow.
Okay, they're divided into many splinters.
Mm-hmm.
So too, Chazal say that every Vaera or whatever, there's Shivim Panim LaTorah, 70 facets to the Torah. So every time you have a pasuk or some other words in the Torah, they can be understood in 70 different ways, but there's only one straightforward meaning. That's basically what Rashi's.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Yeshkoyach. Thank you so much. That was a long Rashi.
Yeah. Okay, but so we got through it pretty well. Very good. Okay, have a great day, everybody.
Okay, you too, Rabbi. Be well.
Last pasuk we did today.
Pardon?
Last pasuk we did today. What is it?
Oh, the last pasuk was, 1 second, was Tet. It's chapter 6, the 9th pasuk. And it had that long Rashi. You see it? It says, Vaydaber Moshe Cain el Bnei Yisrael. Chapter 6, verse 9. Oh, let me get the stuff. I have to leave, Yechiel, sorry. What's this? It's at 6 o'clock, not now.